Hey ladies and gentlemen, Stephen here from Redolessence and welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it and I hope that this video finds you well. In today's episode, we're going to be taking a closer look at a fragrance by the company Versace. This one has been around now for 7 years and this one is called Versace Homme Oud Noir, so make sure to stay tuned. Now, before I begin my fragrance review of Versace Homme Oud Noir, I do want to mention that if you are a fan of fragrance-related content, if you like fragrance reviews just like this here on YouTube, but also top 10 videos, giveaways, unboxings, special guests, interviews, and pretty much anything having to do with fragrances, please do consider supporting this channel by subscribing to it. All you have to do is click on that red button in the corner. And of course, while you're at it, please be sure to enable notifications by clicking on the bell. This way, whenever I do put out these videos, they will get delivered straight to your feed. Now, I do want to mention that this video is being shot in collaboration with perfumeonline.ca. They are a fantastic company based out of Canada. They have a lot of really hard to find designer and niche fragrances at really good prices as well. And depending on when I decide to put out this video, if for some reason they are running a Black Friday / Cyber Monday promotion, I'm going to leave the code to it down below so that you can utilize that to get the best deal possible. I also want to mention that there is going to be a giveaway for a 10 ml decant or 2 5 ml decants going to one lucky winner. All you have to do to enter the giveaway is shoot on over to their website, look at all of the fragrances that they carry and all of the promotions that they're running, and then come back to this video and leave one comment down below and let me know if you had to make a purchase from perfumeonline.ca, what would it be? And that's all you need to do. And make sure to come back to this video 1 week's time to make sure that your comment is pinned to the top of the comment thread, and that will indicate that you are the winner. So this fragrance came out in 2013. It's so hard to believe that it's been around for 7 years now. I know we have the original Versace Homme. We also have Dylan Blue, which is super popular, perfect for the office. And then we have Oud Noir, which a lot of people online actually say smells similar to Tom Ford's Oud Wood. If that's the case, here we have a designer alternative that is significantly more inexpensive. And in any case, I'm excited to tell you what I get from the smell and if I do think that this one possesses niche quality. But let's start things off with the presentation. So the presentation to this one is very similar to other Versace Homme boxes that you may have seen in the past, with the exception that this one is black with the gold accents. Your serial number is printed on the bottom on top of the UPC in black ink, and the concentration in the ingredients are written on the back. You have Versace written at the top, and the bottle for this fragrance has the Medusa logo here on the front, and you can see this colored gradient. The cap for this fragrance also has the Greek key encompassing the perimeter, and the distribution on the atomizer is nice and wide. Let's continue with the smell. So in the opening of this fragrance, you are going to get that oud or that agarwood note. And it's a little rough around the edges, but not too much so. I think it definitely conveys virility and strength, and it does come across smelling like a masculine fragrance. Now, of course, there have been other designer expressions of agarwood on the market, the first of which is M7 by Yves Saint Laurent. That's when Tom Ford was a creative director for Yves Saint Laurent. And here we have a more contemporary and modern interpretation of the note of agarwood, but I find them both to be equally resinous, which is interesting. In this fragrance, you have this sweet vanillic patchouli sort of a dry down that I think really sets it apart from M7, of course, which is its predecessor, but M7 really paved the way for fragrances like this to exist. And also John Varvatos Oud is another one that, probably would not have been around had it not been for the prerequisite or the precursor, which is M7. But this one has that agarwood note, but it also has a spiciness in here as well. It has this leathery dry down, and I think the saffron contributes a lot to that as well. But the main and overarching question is, does this one smell similar to Tom Ford's Oud Wood? And the answer to that is yes, it does. It smells very similar to Tom Ford's Oud Wood. This is 100% a designer alternative to Tom Ford's Oud Wood. This is as similar to Tom Ford's Oud Wood as something like Montblanc's Individuelle is similar to Original Santal, or something like Montblanc's Explorer is similar to Creed Aventus. That's how similar this is to Oud Wood. And I know Oud Wood is a very popular fragrance. I think it's like Taylor Swift's signature fragrance or something like that, and it's a really iconic niche perfume, one that I own. I actually purchased this one, which is the very first private blend that I ever purchased, but along with it I purchased Noir de Noir, Oud Wood, Tuscan Leather, and then I sort of fell down that rabbit hole, so to speak. But this one is 100% the designer version of Tom Ford's Oud Wood. You're gonna get that creamy, resinous, patchouli, vanillic oud, a little bit of a leathery component. Most of that is coming from the saffron. You have this cardamom vibe in the opening as well. I know some people also compare it to Versace Man. This one does actually bear some similarities to it, but this one is a lot warmer and richer. It has that resinous quality, the vanilla, the patchouli. It's an amazing fragrance. And so if you wanted to pick up Oud Wood, but you know the price for that is just way out of reach for you, definitely consider picking this one up, especially at the prices that you can find it at websites like perfumeonline.ca. I know they have an incredible deal going on right now, so definitely make sure to check them out. And this one is awesome. It's my scent of the day. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I sprayed it on about 4 or 5 hours ago. It's still going strong. And so not only does it smell niche and not only does it smell expensive, but the performance on it is very good as well. Let's go ahead and finish things off with my overall assessment. So first up, in terms of the uniqueness and the overall smell, I do find this fragrance to be a little bit lacking uniqueness, just on account of the fact that it does smell similar to Tom Ford's Oud Wood, but at the end of the day, this is the designer counterpart to it, and it's significantly more inexpensive, thus filling a niche. And I think a lot of people will be inclined to purchase this one if they're fans of Oud Wood, but they don't want to spend hundreds of dollars for an eau de parfum. Understandably so, but great smell. It's not probably the easiest fragrance for me to recommend. You know, if you're looking for something on the lighter and fresher side, I would always recommend Versace Pour Homme and also Dylan Blue. Versace Pour Homme is more for the summertime. Dylan Blue is for when it starts to get a little bit colder outside. Both of them are perfect for the office, but something like this, we're in the heart of autumn, and I know winter is right around the corner, so now is the time to purchase and wear this one, and I am going to be thoroughly enjoying this one. I wear like 2 or 3 different fragrances in a day, and so once I get tired of this one, I always put on my scent of the evening or my scent of the night. You know how the deal goes. In terms of the longevity, expect about 7 hours on your skin. Projection was really good for the first hour and a half of application. It didn't start to sit closer to the skin until about that 6.5 to 7 hour mark. And right around that 7 hour mark, I couldn't really smell it anymore, but it'll definitely get you through a work day. And so no qualms there regarding the longevity or the projection. In terms of the versatility, because of the notes and the fact that it is an oud-based fragrance, I find myself wearing this one more often in the colder weather. I wouldn't wear this one in the dead of summer. I think it would really choke somebody out. And also I find this one to lean masculine as well, just on account of that darkness, the patchouli and the spices and the oud. And I think this one is probably for an older gentleman, somebody who's a little bit more mature, somebody who is not necessarily on the clubbing scene, you know, and somebody who's a little bit more established in his ways. And then in terms of the presentation, I do like the fade, the gradient here on the bottle. My final verdict on this fragrance is I think it's a fantastic fragrance, and I'm really excited that it is on the market. It's been on the market for 7 years now. I'm a little bit late to the party in reviewing it, but I love the fact that there is a designer alternative to Tom Ford's Oud Wood, and I think it's going for a fantastic price. And so if you don't own this one, if you've been thinking about purchasing this one and you haven't really come around to it, I know that for as long as you can find it for a great price, it's one that is worth owning, because I think it's an awesome fragrance, and it's definitely a contemporary and easy to wear oud fragrance that still carries weight and it still has sustenance, and I'm happy to have it in my collection. So There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning in. That was my review of Versace Homme Oud Noir, a 2013 release. If you own or have tried this fragrance, let me know what you think. Leave a comment down below. Also, don't forget to enter the giveaway for 10 milliliters worth of this fragrance. All you have to do is just go to perfumeonline.ca, check out all of the fragrances that they carry, and then come back to this video and leave a comment down below and let me know if you had to make a purchase from them, what fragrance would you purchase? And that's it. I'm going to be picking the winning comment in 1 week's time. So definitely make sure to come back to this video in 1 week to see if you've won. Thanks again for watching. I love you all. We'll see you next time. Bye.